Hey guys, Merry Christmas to all. This is Perpetual Videos or the Great Mate here. Today I'll be teaching you how to start up your Airbus A318, A319, A320 or A321 from cold and dark. Our very first step is you want to switch over to your overhead panel. Once you have done that, flip on your battery switch. Now as you can see, our aircraft is being supplied with power. Next, you want to switch your APU generator from the off to the fault position. After that, switch your X-bleed over to APU. Finally, to start up the APU, go ahead and press the Start APU switch. Now if we take a look at our information displays, it will show us that our APU is now starting. Once the percentage for the APU gen has reached 100%, this means that our APU generator is now switched on. Go ahead and clear the master caution and make sure that your parking brake is engaged. Next, we will now run the flow. The flow is a procedure used by many Airbus pilots to start up their aircraft successfully and securely, without missing anything. First, you're going to want to switch the inertial data system on-off switch to 1. Once you have done that, this system will turn on. This system is an autopilot tool that the autopilot uses to help with navigation. It displays wind, heading, location, data, and everything you need to know. Next, we're going to turn on our flight control computers. Those are the 3 switches I have just clicked. We have just completed the left side of our flow. Now we're going to head up the middle. First, you want to turn on your strobe lights, as this tells the people below that we are an active aircraft and to stay far away. Next, you want to turn on your instrument panel lights if needed. Now we are going to skip over the air conditioning system and the battery system. We are going to turn on our hydraulics to all systems. We have just turned on the hydraulics on for the engines, for the flight controls, and for anything else that needs hydraulics. Now we want to turn on our fuel pumps, which will supply fuel directly to the engines. First, start by turning on the left pump, then the right pump, and then turning on the X feed. Now both of our engines are being supplied with fuel. You're going to head down over to the X bleed and set your bleed to engines. Once you have done that, head down to your pedestal, which is the part which contains all of the engine controls. Switch the engine mode selector to the on switch. This is also known as the ignition switch. Now flip on the master starter switch for engine 1 and watch and listen. As you can see, engine 1 is now coming alive. Now that engine 1 is started, we will move on to engine 2. Head back over to your overhead panel and switch on engine 1 bleed. Once you have done that, head back down to your pedestal and flip the engine 2 master starter switch to the on position. Now watch and listen. As you can see, engine 2 is now coming alive. As engine 2 comes alive, we will now complete the rest of the flow. We will turn on our engine 2 bleed and now shut off our APU. What you want to do is press APU Gen and make sure the off light is illuminated. Now you also want to wait for the start button for the on light to be unilluminated or off. So we are now going to wait for the APU to shut off. As we wait for the APU to shut off, you want to switch the X-bleed or the air conditioning over to auto. Now, final step is to turn off our X-bleed or X-feed. X-feed provides fuel from both tanks to both engines. It transfers fuel to make sure that the aircraft is balanced. You may have to click on the start switch to turn it off, but eventually it will turn off. For the very last step, you want to turn on all your elevator/aileron computers. Now I should have full flight control. You can check this by clicking on the bottom display on your dashboard. Now head over to the flight control panel. Now you can test your flight controls. Full up, full down, full left, full right, full rudder right, neutral, full rudder left, neutral. Spoilers armed, spoilers disengaged. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button if you liked it, dislike if you didn't like it, and subscribe for more. The next video will be on taking off with the Airbus A320. Thanks for watching.